Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One Soccer. I'm your host for today, Josh Deming, joined by my colleague Alex Gonge-Rusick, and our guest for today, Ali Ahmed from the Vancouver Whitecaps. Ali, how you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me, guys, today.
Not a problem. I'm excited to chat with you. And my first question for you is we're going to rewind a little bit to your journey. You had a very unique journey so far before landing at the Whitecaps, which included a lot of different spells all over Europe. And I, I just want to hear a little bit about that and what you learned from that experience.
Yeah, obviously, I was in quite a few different countries in Europe before I landed over here. I spent some time in Holland, England, mainly Portugal. I think Portugal was more of something good for me, something that taught me a lot, something that helped me to where I am as a player today and, also as a person. And, I'm very, very, very lucky to be here now in Vancouver with this lovely club. Obviously 50 years, so I'm part of that part of that history now, and just trying to continue that with the club.
Ali, it's great to have you on here. I'm just curious about, with the Whitecaps, before you signed, you traveled with them a few times, then you had to grind your way up. U23 team back in the day, second team when it started, then first team. What did you take from that journey to where you are today with the Whitecaps?
Like I said earlier, it helped me develop as a player. Taking steps. When I first came, my very first session was with the U19s. And I had spent like a month or two with them. And then I came back 2020, just right before COVID, um, with Dasovic being the coach. It was a good time for me. I was with them for about like a month, and COVID hit, and I had to go back. But I was really enjoying just being connected with a club in Canada, like Vancouver. I never really got the chance to be with any. Back then there was only Vancouver, TFC, or Montreal, right? And I never really was able to make any one of those teams. So, I was just really embracing every session I had over here. And then I think, when I came in 2021 was a real turning point for me. Luckily, Vanni Sartini helped me a lot. He's seen something, and funny enough, here we are today, playing and together again. So yeah,
Well,
shout out to him.
Well, Al, you're not just only on the club. You are one of the more important players, I would say, on the team. You've
Mm.
developed very, very well, and you're also a champion with the club, winning the Canadian Championship last year with the Whitecaps. I just want to hear a little bit about that experience and how special it was for you.
That was definitely a special moment for the club and for myself. As a player, you always want to lift trophies, and to win the Canadian Championship, show we're the top team in Canada. It's definitely special for us, and definitely want to do that again this year. And it's lovely to compete with all the teams in Canada. Enjoying last night's game, Pacific and Rovers. A tough one for the Rovers, but just that feeling of a semi-pro team going against a pro team, battling out in PKs. It's special, and I think it's a historical tournament in Canada. I love to see all the Canadian talent and from all over Canada, competing for one cup. So we're gonna be looking forward to bring that trophy again this year, and we start on Tuesday.
And also last year, like you mentioned, a platform for Canadians. There's of course the Young Player of the Tournament award. You end up winning it. How special was it when you heard your name called and you get to go up and take the award from John Herdman, your soon to be national team coach, a few weeks later?
That was a unique moment for me for sure. I actually was just talking about it with one of the guys literally 10 minutes ago. You know, a bit nervous going to get that thing from John. Almost told him I'll see you soon. Yeah, but no, I was joking. But no, it was definitely something again. Like I said, another special accolade for me to win that young Canadian player of the year. It means a lot to me to be chosen as one of the youngest players in Canada, and the best player in Canada was, something that, I'm not gonna take lightly for sure.
Now, during that Can Champ run, you suffered an unfortunate injury right when you were really hitting your stride. What are some things you learned from the recovery, and what helped you bounce back and really not miss a beat?
Um, you know, it was look, it was probably a scariest injury or anything I had to deal with, the first day. But I was honestly really fortunate to come out with just a concussion, and just being out those 2 3 weeks, was, I think that might have been my first injury with the first team, and being out. So it kind of gave me a little um, hunger to come back and earn my spot again, and keep working. So very glad that I just came out with a 2 week concussion, and I was able to come back and not miss a beat, and was able to go to the national team actually a week after.
And Ali, under Vanny, you've been a bit of a Swiss Army knife for him. I think you've played fullback, wingback, center mid, 10, winger, pretty much everything but striker, center back, and keeper.
Yeah.
How important is that versatility? And out of all those that you played, what has kind of been your favorite position? I know last year you mentioned midfielder. Are you still standing by that?
Honestly, whatever, I'm a team player, so whatever the coach needs, it's I'll be down to do it. And obviously, as a player, you just want to be on the pitch, whether you're playing 10 or whether you're playing, you just want to be on the field and competing and working. So whether, honestly, it was my first year, so I just wanted to work harder and earn a spot anywhere, wherever Vanny needed me to play. He knows. I'll be willing to do that. And I think, to answer your other question, where I enjoy the most, um, I say this all the time. I think I'm confused at this point, but honestly, I really enjoy playing both in the midfield and out wide. Like 50-50, honestly, but wherever is needed, honestly. But one of the reasons why I would say I like playing out wide, though, is sometimes when you get the ball, you're a bit isolated with a 1v1, and you got a lot of space to run at the defender. And that's something I really, enjoy, and, worked and practice a lot. But I enjoy being in the middle too, combining, getting on the ball a lot, combining with the teammates in the middle, and all the different stuff you have to do in the middle, and, just playmaking for your teammates. So sorry I couldn't give you this position only, but
So
uh, I don't know, man.
that's an answer approved by Vanny, so I rate it. I know he
Yeah,
loves that's it,
yeah.
the
That
team
one's for
first
you. That
approach.
one's for you, Vanny.
Well, honestly, LA doesn't really matter where you play. You play with a lot of freedom on the pitch. Let's say very street ball esque. I'm wondering where you learned that from and how you helped develop your game using it.
You know what? I hear you. Don't worry. I hear you saying. I honestly, growing up, uh, you just get on the field, you just get two cones, and you just play a little 6v6, little 7v7, or 3v3 or 4v4. So you got to learn how to just play in small spaces, and just try to beat your defender, and like you said, street ball. So I like, growing up, a lot of street ball, whether it's playing a basketball street ball or whether it's playing soccer. I grew up on that, so I think it definitely helps me coming into the pro game over here. It's kind of different. You know what I mean? So I'm lucky enough to grow up on playing street soccer.
Well, Ali, we saw a bit of that street ball earlier this season when you scored that goal against San Jose. I think it was a
Mhm.
little sombrero flick, go on and
Yeah,
finish. What do you
yeah,
remember from that goal? What kind of went through your mind when you picked up the ball? I think it was off a throw, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. No, it was off a free kick. A couple plays before that, like, I recognized when the ball was on the other side, and or when it got to our middle CB, I still had a lot of space, and no one was really marking me, so the whole team was more shifted to that side. so it was easy for me again, a lot of space to attack and go 1v1. So they wouldn't the defender wouldn't have too much help. So I told Ranko, our middle center back, I told him, instead of playing it to our left center back and giving the other team a lot of time to shift over, I said, just play me a ball in the air, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna have a lot of space. And he said, all right. He said, I got you next one. And when I got it, my eyes were open. I seen the space, and I seen the defender, the way he was coming at me, was a bit, tough for him to stop and maintain me. So I kind of brought him close to me, and then making him think I'm just gonna stop. But as soon as it hit my chest, I stop and go. Again, maybe that's from the street ball, or maybe from all the futsal I played, but I don't know. But yeah, I beat him, and I seen the net and just try to put it top bins, and luckily it went top bins.
Well, if you continue to score goals like that, you are going to find yourself with the national team. And speaking of the national team, you made your debut at the Gold Cup. I know, and I have to imagine it's going to be an incredible feeling, but I just want to hear it from you when you first stepped on the field wearing the maple leaf. What went through your head?
Crazy, crazy. Seeing my jersey coming up to BMO Stadium, seeing Ahmed in the back of your national team jersey. Canada, the country your parents came and raised you and everything, was very special. And let alone playing in Toronto at home, in front of a lot of family members, maybe 150, 200 people there. It was crazy, definitely crazy. And just being in the presence of that brotherhood, seeing that team go to the World Cup, and you see how they worked and got there. So seeing that, and then being a part of that team was probably the highlight of my career, honestly. You know, it's really crazy to think, honestly. I don't know if I can put into words, how special that is to me, for real, like for real. But definitely blessed for that moment.
Of course, you earn that chance at the Gold Cup. You take it. You get a call later that year in November. What was that November squad like? Being there for Canada, you know,
Mm.
being with the guys like Alfonso Davies, Jonathan David. What was it like being in that environment? And who did you
Yeah.
end up learning the most? Either A, from going up against them in training, or B, just chatting, picking their brain.
Yeah, like you said, being in that November camp, with all the main squad, and competing to qualify for Copa America. It was, again, it was big for me to, another step in my career. Uh, I embraced every training, every moment in the hotel, um, in the games and everything. But just trying to see, where the quality, and see if you can match the quality, and if you could play. And seeing the likes of Fonzie, Tejan, Stacks, Kone, I can go on, the whole team. Just trying to pick up small little things. Seeing being in the same, on the same field as, a player who's playing one of the biggest clubs, in Bayern Munich. You see, the training level. So just picking apart of everybody, I would say. Not I wouldn't, name one player, but just seeing everybody in the level of everybody, and their behavior and everything.
So, Ali, the Copa America is coming up. I know you're battling for one of those spots, and just want to let you know you weren't in the last camp due to injury, but
Mhm.
fans were not happy when Alex and
Mhm.
I break down the roster every single
Mhm.
time. Fans were like, "Where's Ali?" They were not happy to not see you there. So it's
Yeah.
good to hear that was just a knock and you're recovering. But
Mhm.
looking forward to this summer in June. There's some massive matches against the Netherlands, France,
Mhm.
Argentina, and more. What would it mean to play in some of those potential matches, and which one of those countries maybe excites you the most?
Um, all of those teams, honestly. Maybe I would say, obviously, Argentina or France. Maybe France, because You got Mbappe. You got all the quality up from the back to the front. But to be a part of that team would be a goal of mine for sure, and something that I want to be a part of, and compete with the guys, and continue taking. I think that would be another big step for me. Playing against the top of the top, France and Argentina. Not only is it big for me, but it's huge for our nation. To get games like this. It's needed for us to continue growing and taking the next steps. It's needed to have a friendly match against France or Holland, and then being in the Copa America, playing Argentina and Chile and Peru, and it's huge for us. And we have a huge tournament coming, the World Cup in 2026, in our home. So matches like this is gonna really prepare us. So hopefully, I can continue to just playing over here and growing every game, and hopefully when that time comes, I'll be ready to compete.
Kind of just as a follow up to that, is there a player specifically you'd be most curious to learn from on the field? Like, is it Mbappe? Do you want to see that speed up spun? Is it Messi? Just the creativity? Is there one specifically?
Yeah, honestly, I want to see, maybe, I would say probably Mbappe for sure. Just, again, for me, like I said, I enjoy some 1v1s too, right? So, uh, just being up close, seeing how he takes his 1v1s and his speed and stuff like that, trying to learn from that, and maybe insert that into my game, some of myself into my game. But yeah, definitely seeing Mbappe, and then obviously Messi is Messi. Seeing Messi, playing against Messi will be definitely interesting. That's probably the greatest footballer ever. So to play against him and see what he's all about, it would be nice to see. Honestly, you see it on TV, but it's different in a live action.
Probably a pretty unique opportunity having what was the best player in the world and then probably now the best player in the world and Messi and Mbappe in one summer like that is
Yeah,
pretty wild.
exactly. Huge, huge.
But Ali, we look ahead now to the 2026 World Cup. Obviously, Canada is one of three co-hosts. Is that in your mind? Is that obviously a big goal for you, or since it's so far away, is it just kind of in the back of your mind? You just want to focus on the day to day?
Definitely a goal of mine for sure. Time flies too, so 2026 is around the corner. But of course, like you said, you got to be locked into the day to day. But being locked into the day to day will help you. Will help you get set for that 2026 tournament. So I'm locked in week to week, day to day. Just like again, trying to develop and grow my game and take my game to another level, and hopefully when the time comes in 2026, I'll be able to accomplish my goal and be a part of the roster.
Ali, we got a few fun ones just to end off, and we'll
Yeah,
start
that's it.
first. Can Champ, we broadcast it here at One Soccer, so we want to ask you. You've won back-to-back Can Champs. Vanny recently he called out One Soccer. He's saying, "Hey, look, people aren't talking about us enough. We're the kings of Canada. People aren't paying enough attention to Vancouver." What did you think of the comments? Do you back him on that?
Um, yeah, for sure. We're the best team. I think we're the best team in Canada. I think we've been proving that. And then two years in a row, champions. So there's no I don't think he's wrong for saying we've been the best team. And what was the other one you said? As you did I
Paying
answer?
attention. I think so, but I guess do
Okay.
you
But yeah, no,
that
I back him
point?
for sure, for sure. I think I back him for sure. I back
But the best part about that
Hey,
is he
can
called
I
out
ask you?
one
Can I ask you
soccer.
guys though? You guys back there or what?
I'd say I back it until proven
uh,
otherwise. You guys are,
okay.
you're at the top. So now it's up
Uh,
to, can you do it 3 years in a row?
yeah, fair enough.
I back that, but I don't back that we don't talk about the Whitecaps.
That's
Oh
true.
no,
That's
that
true.
was the
Yeah.
other one.
We
That was the other one.
that was the other one.
Yeah, that
And
was
the
the
best
other one. No, no, not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure about that one. Honestly, but
that's fair.
the other one though, I can tell. I can say for sure.
The
Uh,
best part was that Vanny
I back. I
as soon as
back.
he asked that, Alex
Mm.
was the following question, and there's just like a nice little glare,
That's
which is
hilarious.
funny.
That
It
is
makes
hilarious.
him
Subtweeted me.
makes him who he is. But next one is Ali. You're a big basketball guy, so I'm
Mhm,
told from Alex.
mhm.
Do you ever play your teammates 1v1? And if so, who do you dominate the most, and who's the most annoying to play?
So yo, listen, man. This team has been talking so much since January, since preseason, since we've been in Marbella. Um, we've been talking about doing a 5-on-5 USA versus Canada, and honestly, I think Team Canada is walking through that one. Honestly, we got two of the, I would say, best players on the team in basketball on Team Canada. And Bilal Habouni is really good, like really good. And then you have myself, and then Team USA, man. You don't really got much guys that are at the top. You know what I mean? You got a bunch of mid, I would say, a bunch of mid. So they're gonna kill me for this for hearing, but like it's facts though. Honestly, yeah, you got maybe Fafa, who's I think is close to me and Bilal, but not there. You know what I mean? And then the rest, like you don't have a lot of quality guys. You know what I mean? Maybe Tristan actually, maybe Tristan and Fafa, but the other three, like I can't even name you who the other three would be. But our five would be something like me, Bilal, Raposo, Sam, and we can just pick a random fifth. You know what I mean? We're that good. But yeah,
Yeah,
definitely a big basketball guy, man.
that's pretty good. I
We're
honestly
we're gonna set
broadcast
that
that.
up. We might have to broadcast that. We might have to bring you guys one soccer. Put it on one soccer.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll ISO up. We'll see
All
what
right.
this is. Just try
Okay.
not to cook me too hard if that happens. But last one, Ali. Of course, you mentioned Fafa there. I just wanted to ask. You guys have built up a bit of a nice partnership on the field, off the
Mhm.
field. What's that been like working with a vet like him, someone who knows the game so well? And I must ask, he's been showing up to games in Vespas with these shades, and fans are loving it. Are you going to join him on that train?
So for now, man, it's nice to have him, man. It's really nice to have him. Like you said, we build a relationship on the field and off the field. Off the field, he's something this locker room needed, and we never had someone like him. He's just funny and loud and a really big character. And I appreciate him a lot. He's one of my guys for sure. And he's the OG. Like I said, I always tell him like he's 33, but 24 years in MLS, and he helps me with a lot of stuff off the field, on the field. He helps me a lot. So very nice to have him. Um, am I going to join him? I don't think I'm going to join him. Nah, that's all Fafa, man. I can't be Fafa, man. Nobody can be Fafa. Nobody can be like him. So I definitely can't join him on that, man.
That's totally fair. But Ali, that's all the time we have today. Thank you so much for your time and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me. All the best.